CHR apologizes to him?
Hindi ako familiar sa sinasabi mong nagagalit siya dahil maganda naman ang relasyon namin.
So actually kayo ang Commissioner Cadiz. And because of that,
Misunderstanding siguro between Commissioner Cadiz and the Senator, and I hope that they will clarify their respective positions with each other.
Sir, sabi po kahapon ni Senator Gordon, dapat daw kumbaga mag-statement talaga yung CHR.
Meron kaming statement na
Pero-
nilabas.
So, saying sorry and castigating
Hindi po ganun ang statement namin. How can we say sorry for something we did not say? Diba? So mukhang nagkaroon lang ng misunderstanding between Commissioner Cadiz and the Senator, and we hope it will be patched up.
They're also asking you to castigate
to
Cadiz.
apologize, sir.
Well, you know, the relationship of the commissioners to each other is akin to the relationship of the senators to each other. In other words, each senator is free to take their positions, and that's the same with the commission, unless the commission as a body takes a position and adopts a resolution. So the statements of Commissioner Cadiz were made personally and were not a matter brought to the commission and bank for its discussion. It was a matter he was expressing his opinion about the proceedings last week.
Sir, hindi niyo po Commissioner Cadiz already, sir?
We had a discussion last Monday, which was the basis of our statement. Basically, ang statement namin says na the headline that says CHR slams Gordon for suspension is not accurate, as the commission did not deliberate this matter in its proceedings. We welcome the decision of the Senate to continue its hearings, and we are ready to assist the committee in whatever way it deems fit so that we can uncover the truth on the matter of extradition.
So, nung nag-usap kayo ni Commissioner Cadiz, hindi niya binawi sir na sinabi niya na coward si Senator Gordon?
Hindi ko alam kung ano yung sinabi niya dahil nung sinabi niya yun, I was in a conference out of the country. So, mas mabuti, tanungin niyo kay Commissioner Cadiz kung ano yung
Hindi niyo pinag-usapan yun,
sinabi
sir,
niya. Wala siyang, nung nag-usap kami, wala siyang binabawi. Pero of course, this happened last week, and we talked last Monday, and I think yung context ng kanyang panawagan is sana matuloy yung committee hearings, natuloy.
Sir, sinasabi po kasi ni Senator Gordon na dapat gawin ng CHR is to disown the statement of its commissioner.
To castigate Cadiz.
The statement was made by
Useful in hearing. Useful.
Hi, sir.
Well, serendipity is kind of useful.
Thank you for the kind words.
Hindi naman ako. Our efforts must be together. That's important. If I wanted to continue with the publicity, I can stretch it out. Hindi naman ako nag-aanap ng publicity. I'm retireable.
Too young to retire.
But, we're good friends. They may disagree on certain issues, but we're good friends.
Goodbye, sir. Salam.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to rise here and reply to my colleague from Bukidnon. And I thank him for thinking of the institution of the Senate. When we conduct investigations here, especially this representation, I think you're all witness to the fact that we tried as much as possible to be fair, firm, and certainly in command of the situation. Sometimes it's unavoidable that there will be altercations, but we do not lose our dignity for that, Mr. President. However, when somebody whom I don't even know stands up and starts casting aspersions on the Senate, you know, Mr. President, I can forgive people who attack me, but this is an institution. It's an institution that deserves the respect of everyone, and I think all of us here have tried to live by the code. We have not gone beyond the pale. And so therefore, I think every, assault on the Senate must be, answered and addressed. Now, Mr. President, you never heard me complain about this. In fact, I was approached even by your own sister, who is a member of the commission, and I raised the matter very gently to her, and I said, I think one of your people has become a rogue, an interloper, a pretender who makes statements that he doesn't even know of, and that he is destroying the institution called the Commission on Human Rights. Now, you know, Mr. President, that this representation, even in my past life as a senator, have always gone up and supported the Commission on Human Rights. And I think the very maxim res ipsa loquitur will bear me out as we investigate these so-called extrajudicial killings. Already, I'm pretty sure I can look at myself in the mirror at any time of the day or at any time of the evening and say that the committee has really acquitted itself. Senator Lacson, Senator Zubiri, Senator Pacquiao, all the others, Senator Angara, we ask very, very good questions, including all the others. I just want to point out, Mr. President, it is unfair for anybody who is not even known to us to suddenly come out of the woodwork, call a press conference, and dare to say that we are cowards. I'm a coward. Mr. President, I don't have to prove my manhood to anybody. Maybe some people are insecure about their manhood, but I don't have to prove my manhood to anybody, Mr. President. I just try to prove my manhood by being a gentleman at all times. I have done that here in the Senate, not only in this current session, current Congress, but in the previous Congress. Because ano ba mawawala sa atin kung mag-apologize? Ano ba mawawala sa atin kung we give way? But we do not attack each other here. We do not savage each other here. The President is aware of the fact that I was going to go on a privileged speech on that incident, again, to protect the institution. And when the people concerned came to me and I didn't even announce it to the press, I kept quiet. The majority of our leader is aware of this. I did not go on with that because these are colleagues of ours. I don't want to embarrass anybody here. It doesn't add to my intelligence or my pride that I would insult a fellow member of the Senate. No, far be it from my mind to do that. Especially, the way we've all been raised up. We are raised to go to the higher level, not to the lower level. And so when the chairman of the Committee on Human Rights called me the previous evenings and say, and I quote, "Good evening po, Senator Gordon." And he's a friend of mine. He's from UP. I've always encouraged him. And he says, "I am currently in Amsterdam and heard about the news report that one of our commissioners criticized you. This is not the position of the commission. And back, and I apologize for whatever aggravation this may have caused you and the honorable members of the Senate Justice and Human Rights Committee. I've spoken to the other commissioners and we hope to make it right. May I please call you? Thanks and God bless. Chito Gascon." I took the call, Your Honor. Late at night, because I sleep late. No shirt of my back, no skin of my, nose. And I just want to say that, and I accepted that call. I did so as a friend, knowing that he's sincere. And I still think he is. Unfortunately, when the so-called apology came out, it was kind of limp and kind of condescending. And I told some members of the Commission on Human Rights yesterday, huwag naman ganyan. Kung mag-apologize, sabihin niya direkta, wala naman mawawala eh. Senado yung ininsulto niya eh. Ako, kaya kong patawarin yan. Pero pag Senado, kalaban niyo ako. Kalaban niyo ang Senado. And lugar na may mga kaibigan kayo sa Senado, baka mawala na kayo ng kaibigan altogether. Wala naman mawawala sa inyo. Hindi naman namin kayo na-atake. We're happy that there's a Commission on Human Rights. We're happy that they can come around and help us investigate the wrongs that are being perpetrated. And Mr. President, I was all out and saying, let them come. In fact, Mr. President, humihingi pa nga ng pamasahe. Lahat sila, 50 members of their witnesses and their, humihingi sila ng pamasahe. And I would have to look for the money so that they can come here. Pero I told some members of the Commission on Human Rights, you have to come across. You have to tell this member that he was out of line, that he was not only unauthorized, and it cannot be the chairman apologizing for him because he has not even apologized by himself. It's no big deal for me, Mr. President. No big deal for me as a person. It's a big deal for me when the Senate as an institution is attacked. And you heard Mr. Gascon talk about the members of the Senate itself. He knows what he's talking about. And that is a cavalier not a cavalier statement in the wrong sense of the word. That is a statement of a gentleman. But let that commissioner skunk out of his responsibility. He should not skunk out like a skunk, Your Honor. He doesn't deserve the dignity of being named here in this commission. So, Mr. President, tomorrow, I am not going to call the Commission on Human Rights until an apology is made to the Senate. I will intend to continue with the hearings. Mr. President, since I took over reluctantly, and I even asked that some members who were in the middle of the affray be members of the committee, and I don't have to pat myself on the back. I wanted fairness. And all throughout, we did that. And I'm glad that I don't even mention who came to me because we're all friends. I commiserate with all our friends here when they're under attack. But, Mr. President, I cannot commiserate in this particular action. This guy is not even man enough to come to you. Mr. President, huwag na sa akin, kayo. Kayo ang Senate President. It's not our intention to attack the institution of the Senate. It's not our intention to demean the Commission on Human Rights. Human rights, you have the duty to respect one another. Ano human rights are you talking about? Ang human rights na kabig, hindi ang duty. You have to fulfill your duty as well. Your duty to your fellow man to be respectful. Not because we are higher or not because we have a title, but because we are human beings entitled to respect and the dignity that we have earned. I don't even know this man. I'm not being emotional here. I don't need to. But I do know that when he says, for example, let me just say, you know, so that Cotabato started afraid to confront the other witnesses. You know, we're cowards. My gosh, we gave Cotabato all the leeway. And, you know, tomorrow I intend to show the lies perpetrated by this man, because he came in, and we intend to show that. I also intend to show the people of this country that the police of this country have a responsibility to explain why they cannot solve killings. I'm not going to run away from that responsibility. Pag may namamatay, magpaliwanag dapat ang responsible. And that is important. And that is why we took great pains, Mr. President, to even write down every killing in every province. I even took pains to put the name of the commander of the police so that he can be put there and say, oy, ang dami na namamatay sa'yo, anong ginagawa mo? General De La Rosa, what are you going to do with this man? Eh, pwedeng ganyan. We're doing our job, and this guy just comes out of the woodwork. We don't even know him from Adam. He wants his few minutes of pain, steps on the back of people who work hard, and we don't even know him. My God, Mr. President, I'm not going to call the Commission on Human Rights until they acquit themselves. Because if they cannot acquit themselves of this responsibility, I am not going to support them. I will continue supporting the human rights as a philosophy of this individual who was raised by his parents to respect others. Even the bar girls in Olongapo, even the lowly, even the criminals deserve respect. They deserve due process, Mr. President. That is our belief. And I've been in the Red Cross for 48 years. I don't want to use the Red Cross for anything else. But res ipsa loquitur. All of us have to speak for ourselves in the manner that we do. You know, I was looking at the debate the other day with Mr. Trump and Mrs. Clinton, and I was amused My God, these two people were demeaning themselves before the whole world, accusing themselves of all kinds of things. They were never focused on the issues. They were focused on their personal attacks from each other. My gosh, sabi pa ni Mr. Trump, those are words. That's locker room banter. And then he goes back and says, but her husband, he did act on certain things that he should be responsible for. The same thing here. We are all responsible for what we say and what we do. And therefore, Mr. President, forgive me if I will not call that, and I would like to manifest here that para hindi naman masayang, although I'm against the death penalty, and since it is also connected here, I will hear, andun naman same witnesses naman yan, NBI, pinatawag ko po, para kung hindi kayang ibistigay ng internal affairs yung mga pulis, mapaimbestiga ko sa NBI. Pinatawag ko po yung mga pulis. Iharap ko, tama ba itong death penalty sa mga drugs? Because baka naman ang nangyayari dito, tayo, wala tayong death penalty sa drugs, kaya tayo ginagawang hub. Malimit sinasabi ni Senator Soto yan na malimit na ginagawa dito dahil hindi natatakot dahil wala tayong death penalty. I am against the death penalty. Foursquare, you heard the debate between me and Senator Pacquiao. But I am willing to consider and listen. And I want the Senate to make that decision for themselves, each and every one of us. And I think that has become more important than discussing the complaint of the human rights individual who seems to have the franchise on what is right and what is just. I don't know who gave him that right. But we must stand up and, and really condemn this individual. Not because we're bigger, not because we're more powerful, but because the Senate has earned the respect. We just celebrated 100 years. I was very proud of the fact that we saw our forebears in the Senate, the Rectos, the Cuencos, Sotos, the Dioknos. And I said, I'm glad to be in the Senate. I mean, I didn't join the Senate just to be, a power base or to take a position here, to take a title. I came here and I look back at that, and I hope the people who will succeed us here in the Senate will act in that fashion, that we are trailblazing here, that we are capable of conducting an investigation in an objective manner, not being controlled by powers that be, even if people try to let them know that, say that that is their perception. Well, I am not afraid. I've never been afraid. I've stood up against other people, and I don't have to do, it was difficult. I know how one of our senators feel right now, and I commiserate with her. But I have never been unfair, Mr. President. I will not be unfair, because that demeans us. We are here to enable and ennoble our people, and enable and ennoble our colleagues and each other. And if we cannot do that, then sana na natin na Senado. Kung tayo babatuhin na lamang ng mga tao hindi natin kilala, na may responsibility dapat, excuse me. So, Mr. President, you will forgive me. I will not call the hearing tomorrow on the matter of extrajudicial killing. I am ready to make a report, quite frankly. Ginagawa ko na po yung report. Pero hinihintay ko na lang yung ibang mga gamit. And I think you can fault me for it, but I know I'm going to make people accountable. And I'm going to ask everybody, sa my report, they will have to sign. Each of one will have to sign that report, and people don't like it, then they won't have to sign it. But the point is, Mr. President, we all take responsibility for our actions. The CHR, the leader, must always take responsibility for the people that he leads. Tito Gascon has done that, but the CHR has not done their duty as well. So, Mr. President, thank you very much for the time. Hindi ko po kailangan magpa-importante dyan sa tao yan. Sabi ko nga doon sa ating mga kaibigan dito, pagdasal na lang natin yan. They know not what they do. Siguro nakatungtong sa kalabaw, mas malaki pa sa kalabaw. And that is a problem sometimes with our country. We have people who are appointed who seek title and who seek position, but cannot do what is right. And no wonder, hindi sila pinapansin. Kung they cannot respect others, how do they expect that they will be respected by others, Mr. President? And if we do not stand up here, and I would like to thank Senator Zubiri, of course, Senator Sibilia and I go back a lot of ways. Not because we're friends, even if his father is from the other school, and they lost the championship and to the Ateneo Blue Eagles at that time when he was playing for LaSalle. I forgive him. It's part of human rights and duties. But I cannot blame Senator Zubiri for being close, and we are close, and I'm proud to be associated with Senator Zubiri, and I'm proud to be associated with the Senate. God bless the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Gordon.
Sir President,
Senator
may I
Cayetano.
just manifest some quick observations?
Go
First of all, Senator Dick, we thank you for standing up for the Senate and for the committee, as you said, not for yourself. I looked at the apology. First of all, at least on the face of the apology, it seems that it is a press statement made after they realized that there was a mistake, but it seems from this apology, they made no effort to correct the report that it is the CHR that slammed the Senate. Because it's very important that as soon as you read it, and all agencies now monitor the media, Twitter, that you correct it. Because the longer it stays, the more people will believe it's true, and the international media is monitoring us. Second observation, Mr. President, the public and the media can criticize us all they want. When we did not immediately investigate the pork barrel scam, there was a lot of criticisms, and it was the right of the media and newspapers. But if the departments, agencies, constitutional bodies would be allowed to do this, then if Senator Grace does not call a hearing on emergency powers, the DOTC themselves are free to slam the Senate for not hearing it. If the, never mind if Senator Villanueva does not hear the ENDO, and the laborers slam him for not hearing it, because that is their right. But if the Labor Department does that, then they will be running the Senate. We are not independent anymore. So that's the second observation. Third observation, Mr. President, on the fourth paragraph of their apology, ito po na nakalagay. The Commission hopes that the Senate will come up with fair and credible results cognizant of the latter's independence and competence. I'd like to clarify, what does that mean? Does that mean na kung hindi sila satisfied sa results, hindi na ito fair and credible? You know, when we write letters, when I write a letter to you, I say, I hope it will be favorably considered. Meaning, Mr. President, baka may hingin ako sa iyo or may i-request, baka hindi mo ibigay. Kaya I hope favorable. So when they say they hope it will be fair and credible, expect na natin. Kung hindi yung resulta na gusto na lumabas ay hindi yung resulta na gusto ng CHR, they will again slam the Senate. So why apologize in the first place? Lastly, Mr. President, the CHR is a constitutional body. It is up to them to investigate human rights violations. So I do not understand why they are making it appear to the public and to the international community that when we stop, tigil ang investigasyon sa human rights. They can investigate 24/7. It is their job to investigate, and it is their job to pass it to the prosecutorial services of our country and to do other remedies. Yung atin in aid of legislation, Mr. President. So I don't want to prolong the discussions, but since it was taken up, I just wanted to put those observations on record. And again, thank Senator Dick. I know he did not want to stand up. I knew he didn't want to make this an issue. But it's an issue about the institution and the committee and not an issue about Senator Dick Gordon. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Cayetano.
Mr. President, I move to suspend the session so that the members of the Senate can go into caucus as requested by the chairman of the Committee on Finance. And that will give us a chance to look over the budget of the Commission on Human Rights, especially the commissioners,
That's correct.
Mr. President.
That's correct. There's
So
a
I move
motion
to suspend.
There's a motion to suspend. Any objection? Hearing none, our session is suspended. nasa office yun.
Benji, tama na yan, Benji. Sa
May manifestation si, ano? Session is resumed. Mr. President, may we recognize Senator Joel Villanueva for a manifestation? Senator Villanueva is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, this is just a short manifestation of what had happened this morning in my hometown in the province of Bulacan. I would just like to manifest my sincerest sympathy to the victims of the explosion of the fireworks store in Bukawi, Bulacan this morning. Mr. President, this is a clear example of how our brothers and sisters are forced to take on dangerous work because of lack of safer and quality jobs in the country. And I hope that this August Chamber, together with this administration, this government, will be able to help out and be able to focus more on providing better economic opportunities so that jobs that put people's lives and safety at risk can be avoided. Mr. President, I'd also like to put on record that this representation would like to appeal and encourage this body to support legislative measures that will strengthen the regulation on the safety of workers. This representation would also like to manifest its full support to all initiatives that will give local governments the greater flexibility and authority to provide livelihood and better opportunities. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Villanueva.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pursuant to Section 114 of Republic Act 8435, otherwise known as the Agricultural and Fisheries Modernization Act, I'd like to manifest the following members of the Senate to the Congressional Oversight Committee. For the majority, Senator Francis Pangilinan, Chair. Members Villar, Aquino, IV, Legarda, De Lima, and Poe. For the minority, Ralph Recto, Mr. President.
The manifestation of the Senate contingent to the Congressional Oversight Committee on Agricultural and Fisheries Modernization is noted.
Also, Mr. President, I move that Senator Cynthia Villar be made co-author of Senate Bill number 7, of which I am the principal author of, Mr. President, the SIM Card Registration Act.
Noted and approved.
Thank you, Mr. President. And likewise, Senator Dick Gordon, Mr. President.
The same Senate bill.
Senate Bill number
The
7.
manifestation is noted and approved.
Thank you. Mr. President, I move to adjourn the session until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Monday, October 17, 2016.
Is there any objection? There being none, the session is adjourned until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Monday, October 17, 2016.